Okay, good morning everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to my research presentation. This is for my final requirement in the core subject SSE 202 or the study of history and geography under the tutelage of Dr. Roel P. Cantada, my FIC in the University of the Philippines Open University. So before we start, I would like to thank you all for gracing my presentation with your presence. So I have here today practice teachers from Australian colleges. Please rise to be recognized. And I also have here, thank you, I also have here social studies teachers from some high school. Please stand. Okay, thank you so much. Again, thank you for being here with me today. So to start my presentation, my research is entitled The Improvement of Teaching Learning Process in History and Geography. So, system overview. The Department of Education, or DepEd, is mandated to provide quality basic education that is equitably accessible to all and lay the foundation for lifelong learning and service for the common good. The DepEd vision, mission, and core values statements serve as guiding principles in its unwavering thrust to provide quality education that cultivates passion for the country that is anchored on a set of core values, maka-Diyos, maka-tao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. So, DepEd recognizes that the quality of learning is greatly influenced by the quality of teaching. Therefore, it is imperative for DepEd to ensure effectiveness and efficiency in sustaining and realizing this goal. So each level of governance in DepEd have their roles to play in accordance with the policies set by the government. So first is a central office. It ensures that the department focuses on the delivery of relevant, responsive, and effective basic education curriculum around which all other offices provide support. Next is the regional office. Its role is to ensure equitable access to quality and relevant basic education in the region by developing informed and responsive policies. Next is the division office. Being the primary support structure in school operations and exercising direct administrative supervision over schools, the division office must align their functions and activities towards addressing the urgent problems at the school level. Next is the school. The school ensures the full implementation of the articulated basic education curriculum, its localization, indigenization, and increased access to quality and varied learning resources towards improvement in the quality of learning outcome. After the school is the teacher. So the teacher's role is to educate the students anchored to the guidelines provided by the National Curriculum Standard and according to the educational needs, abilities, and attainment potential of individual students entrusted to his or her care by the head of school or the school head. So the teacher provides the teaching learning process, the teaching strategies, learning materials, assessment tools, and reinforcement to the students or learners. And the students will respond to all the things that the teacher will offer him or her. And okay, so I have included system overview because this will serve as the guide in the conduct of my research. This is the mandate of the Department of Education. As a teacher, we have to know the policies and the rules of the department so that all our teaching strategies, all our teaching methods will align to the standard set by the Department of Education. So under the guidance of the teacher, student can be shown how to discover knowledge new to them and how to convince themselves that what they have learned is correct. This process of learning is of great value to them, which they can use in the school and in their personal lives as well. Despite such importance, nowadays it is unfortunate that many students have stigma about social studies. Most have a notion that it is boring because it's more of history and geography. Many students are not taking this subject seriously because they don't find it interesting. In my 3 years of stay here in Lusab High School, I have realized that most of the students really don't have that good attitude towards social studies. They find it boring because for them it's just a minor subject. But I believe, my dear friends, colleagues, that social studies is more than that. Okay, so for the area or the focus of my study, I have here a video showing our humble school, South High School. Okay, so South High School is a public secondary school in the city division of Masbate, located and situated in Barangay South, Masbate City. At present, this is a total of 30 teachers and 870 students. Many of the students of the school come from the barangay of Usab, Maygaran, and Pawa. Usab High School continuously serve the community in adherence to the highest standards of instruction to enable the students to realize their full potentials and contribute meaningfully in building a livable society. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, our humble school, Usab High School. So I have chosen Usab High School because I am a teacher here, and it means that I have a control over my research. It would be easy for me to solicit information, to gather data in the conduct of my research. Okay, so the purpose of the study. So first is to know the current performance of grade 7 students in history and geography. Second is to know the ways to improve the teaching learning process in history and geography. Third is to assess and evaluate the effectiveness of the teaching strategy employed in the teaching of history and geography. So where were the learners before? Okay, so my dear colleagues, there is so much information to be gained from data. Tests in schools can be informative. Scores of the students can give us a quick glimpse of the current state of education. Thus, it is useful to have these numbers. These numbers, however, may not tell us everything in detail with high accuracy. Nevertheless, test results allow for a useful perspective. The National Achievement Test, or NAT, administered by the Department of Education, a set of standardized tests addressing the major subjects taught in school, is an example. So I have here a graph showing the NAT result of South High School for the school years 2012, 2013, 2013 to 2014, and 2014 to 2015. And we will focus here in the results or the MPS obtained by Araling Panipunan. As we can see, the MPS or the mean performance score has been decreasing for the past years. And this is very alarming because the performance of the student did not meet the standards set by them. So we will dig deep so that we will able to know what's the real problem or what's the cause of that problem. So MPS of quarterly grades of grade 7 students in Araling Panipunan. We have in grade 7, we have 5 sections. And among all the sections, it was grade 7 Magala who got the least MPS. So grade 7 Magala will be the focus of my research. Respondents. The respondents of this study are grade 7 students of Usab High School. The experimental group is section Magala, which consists of 45 students, while the control groups are from the 4 sections, namely Masipag, Masunuri, Matulungin, and Masigasig, which is a total of 198 students. So the research instrument. This study will use the quantitative and qualitative research method, wherein the researcher will utilize the survey with the use of the interview method, rating scale, and questionnaire. So the researchers, I have also interviewed the student randomly. The responses of the students have to be synthesized into one to come up with a very dominant answer. Okay, so I believe that these methods will help the researchers find out the response of the student toward the improvement of teaching learning process in history and geography. So direct observation. So I have conducted a direct observation in the teaching of history and geography in grade 7. I have here pictures showing my direct observation. Oh, and I also had focus group discussion or FGD. I have 15 students. We have conducted a group discussion so that I will be able to know what's the things that they really need and the things that they want in the teaching of history and geography. And survey. I have conducted survey in a form of questionnaire. And here are pictures showing the students answering the survey form. And here is the sample students survey form and the answered survey forms. Okay, so I also had test questions for pre and post test. Okay, and okay. So these are the pictures showing the students answering the examination during the pre and post test. Okay, test results. Samples of the test results obtained by the students. And the pre-test scores of grade 7 Magalang. As we can see, the dot represents the student. As we can see, only 3 students got a score of 75% and above, the standard set by the FMA. And majority of the students got failing grade, and most of them obtained a score of 0. And this is very alarming. Okay, so where are the learners now? After all the strategies employed in the teaching of history and geography, we have conducted a post test. And surprisingly, the students, majority of the students obtained a grade of 75% and above because of the strategies employed in the teaching, in the improvement of the teaching learning process. Percentage, distribution of pre and post test of grade 7 students. Okay, so for grade 7 Magalang, from 12%, it has increased to 70%. So how did they do it? Okay, in improving the teaching strategy in history and geography, the following strategies were employed. First was the use of varied instructional materials. We are catering diverse type of learners. We have learners with different learning needs and learning abilities. That's why as a teacher, we have to employ teaching strategies and teaching methods that suit not just one type of learner, but the whole class or the whole students. Okay, the use of ICT related materials. There are so many ICT materials available in the internet. We have to use that so that our lessons will be more interesting and the students' attention will be taken, so they will focus because of the videos or ICT materials that will be used in the teaching of history and geography. Next is contextualization and localization. We have to contextualize our lesson so that our students will be able to relate, and we also have to localize it so that most of them or all of them will be able to relate to our lesson. Okay. So here are the pictures showing the strategies used in the improvement of teaching learning process in history and geography. Okay, so where do we go from here? Teaching history and geography in high school is no easy task. As a 21st century teacher, it is a must to have the appropriate teaching styles and strategies that meet the learning needs and demands of the 21st century learners. We have a diverse group of learners who have different learning needs and abilities. The teaching strategies employed in this research study were effective and efficient to both the teachers and learners. And the teacher, being the facilitator of learning and moderator of instruction, must devise a strategy that will cater the needs of his or her students. And the strategies used were anchored to the principles of effective and efficient teaching that is applicable to multicultural and 21st century learners. And furthermore, the teaching learning strategies will further help the history and geography teachers for better instruction and will prepare the non-teaching professionals who will soon join the education system. These strategies are guide for all individuals who will be part of social studies curriculum. And that concludes my presentation. Once again, thank you so much for being here with me today. I am Nico Mar Joseph Ferolino Endrina, a Diploma in Social Studies education student of the University of the Philippines Open University. And with that, maraming salamat po and Diyos mapalas. Okay.